Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing some engineering. This idea was brought to me in my Discord server by TJ the King 05, saying to recreate this in a game of your choice. Scrap mechanic is probably best, which I think they are right about. So they linked to this video called Advanced Turning System by Gear Up Dynamics, and if we play the video, you can see that it is a 4-wheel steering system that is one single unit. So theoretically, I could have a single steering bearing to control 4-wheel steering. All 4 wheels could steer if I just power either one of these blue things by this pivot point. Because when this pivots, it controls not only this bar going out to this wheel and this bar going out to this wheel, but also this bar going to the other pivot point, which then has its own bars going out to each wheel. So they are all interdependent on each other. When one moves, they all move. All right, so let's get building this thing. What's actually kind of fun about this is the new wedges are actually going to make building these beams a little bit more accurate, rather than having to do like 90-degree blocky, weird looking things. Okay, so I think a good way to start, rather than building like the base frame thing, I think instead I'm just gonna start with the actual mechanism itself. So we need a central pivot point. I think I'm going to assume that the blue things are 3 blocks at the T part. So we got something like this, and then we got the bearing there. And then we actually need a bearing on the underside of either of these things. All right, you know what? We're gonna 1, 2, 3. So then we got bearing on top, bearing under, bearing under. So this is just my attachment point back here. Let's get a paint tool out so we can start marking things. All right, blue. Because we are representing the blue in the thing. Okay, so then it looks like this goes out a little farther. I'm just gonna say 4 blocks out to the side. And then this isn't quite as elegant because they have really thin material. This is the thinnest material. We have 1 block. This is 1 unit for us. So as far as where our bearings go, this is going to get a little bit more complicated. All right, so this is going to end up attaching there. Then we're going to have this right here. And this is where I'm going to start using pipe pieces to reduce collisions. Okay, so this is gonna go all the way back to the end. And this is gonna intersect with the other one, wherever that ends up being, I don't know yet. But the other main thing is we've got the wheels. So we're gonna have a wheel over here, and we're gonna have a wheel over here. And we need to figure out our wheel, our wheel dimensions, our wheel base. How wide do we need these wheels to be? Oh, these also have to go down. The center of the wheel needs to be at this level. That's where the center of the wheel needs to be. Yes, and it needs to go in between them. Yeah, I see it now. Okay. So we need a steering bearing, but this bearing is not going to be powered by steering. This is going to be a loose bearing that allows... It's a pivot bearing, not a steering bearing. They're essentially the same. It's not really a meaningful distinction. But the wheel goes there. And then this... I'm assuming that... Wait, if you're looking at the animation from the video... The car, I'm visualizing it as the car is facing us. So then this is what we're looking at. Oh, let me go ahead and add some more paint here, because this is our blue thing here. And then we got our green thing of the vehicle is green. The pivot is going to attach there from here. From here to there is our goal. So now I need wedge. All right, we get to use wedge wood. Is this the wedge I need? Is it simply... Oh, not quite. I don't know if there's a straight edge that I can... So if I do this, I feel like this is gonna be too... Yeah, that's too much. Oh, no, this doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, my problem is I also need a pivot bearing here. Which that bearing goes to this. So technically the center of the wheel is actually 1 block higher. This comes out to the front of the wheel, And then there's a bearing underneath, and this is what we build off of. And I'm actually going to use a pipe piece, maybe like that. No, I think the pipe piece should go out in this direction because I'm just trying to minimize collisions with the wheels. And then we build off of it like this. And that's got to be good enough. We need our weld tool. All right, so now that is welded to that. Let's do a quick test before we commit to expanding this. This should work in its current state on this one wheel. So I will just attach a seat to the top, and then we attach this to the steering bearing, remove it from the lift, and there we go. It steers to the left. That's not a lot of steering. However, I can adjust the angle. Let's go 45 degrees from 27. That's a pretty decent angle increase. Ooh, that's plenty of steering, especially if we're gonna have four-wheel steering. All right. All right. Oh, we can definitely delete this point here. All right, so far, good. All right, now we need to replicate this side. So we got, that's our, oh, we're gonna have a center point. We need different seat for that. I mean, assuming we want the seat centered, you know, most cars don't have a seat right in the middle of the vehicle. Now this wheel, the prong goes out to the back, and then this is where we put our thing, and then this goes out to the front. Man, people who invent this stuff from scratch are pretty cool. Cool that you think about these things. It's like, it's a little counterintuitive, you know, that the front of this goes to the back of that, and the back of this goes to the front of that for this to work, and then the side of this goes to the back of that, and then the same thing back there. All right, let's confirm it works. All right, ready? Is it just me? Or does one side look sharper than the other? I think one side is sharper than the other, and I think I can fix it. I think if I replace these with pipe pieces, it'll lower collisions, because I think those were colliding on one, when they steer in that direction, this block and this block was coming over here, and I think colliding with that, and then that block over there. So this should increase the angle it can go. All right, let's see if this looks more symmetrical. All right, I need to see under the, yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. It looks like there's no collision issues happening anymore. All right, what I'm looking for now, I'm looking at the blue line. It should be 45 degrees on either side of the green line. And is it looking like that? I think it is now. I think we have symmetrical steering now. So that's the system. It looks like we literally duplicate it. Like it's not even mirrored or anything. So I think I can technically do, I think I can technically just do this and do this. And now I just gotta, now this becomes the back wheels. All right, so now if we weld this, this is gonna be a quick one here. I think we're ready. I kind of feel like we're ready here. So if I just, I mean, I kind of, oh, we can put glass. We can put glass. That way we can see it working. I kind of wish I did the glass here. I can still, actually, I can still do it. Yeah, I can do this. I do that. Then, hold on. I need to do this delicately. I'm trying to delete these blocks without disconnecting anything. And I think I've successfully done that. No, I disconnected something. Dang it. I failed. All right, I think I got it all sorted out and connected again. Now that I'm looking at my wheelbase, I'm a little bit more square than I wanted to be, which, easy solution. Divide it in half, add some blocks. All right, now I gotta hope that I've welded everything correctly. Set this to 45 degrees. Now remember, this is our sole steering bearing. This is our sole steering bearing. We have no other steering bearing other than this single one. Everything else, all four wheels are connected by that one bearing. So let's see if it looks like hold on. We gotta paint stuff up. Gotta give it the cliffhanger to see if this actually works. I'm painting it as per the diagram, so when you're comparing it, everything makes sense. Oh, wait, these need to be red here. That's red. That's red. All right, we got the one bearing. Now let's see how this goes. Weird. Oh, no, it's not. There is an actual issue. This needs to be welded to that. That was not that was no longer a hard point. All right, now it should work. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's not. Oh, how did I miss that? I looked for that too, and my brain flipped it. They're not just copy and paste. They're copy, paste, and flipped. And this needs to rotate that way. This needs to be on this side, not on that side. That goes there. That goes blue. That goes there. And then we weld that onto... That doesn't look right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, that's why it doesn't look right. I counted wrong. No. I did that. Goes there. I think we have now flipped it. No, wait. No, I just... Turning it around, it's radially symmetrical in that way. Yeah, that doesn't work. I actually have to build a new version, which isn't that bad. I mean, I do gotta just rebuild the whole thing. So this needs to be reversed. Wait, no, this doesn't... I am confusing myself. I am generally confusing myself. Like this, is this right now? No, because... Oh, this is where my confusion lies. The front wheels go... Oh, okay. That was a problem. I was just... My eyes were just not seeing accurately. The front wheels go back to front on this attachment here, but the back wheels go parallel. Front to front, back to back. I kept looking at the wrong reference points to see what was going on. I was looking at these red things, and I'm like, yeah, it's... The right side, both wheels are facing forward. The left side, both wheels are facing back, referring to the red prong. But it's not quite like that. So these get reversed, where that goes there and that goes there. And it looks like these are offset by a block. So if I do... Hold on, I can do this. If I do that, and then that... Look at that. Gotta make sure we weld it. I got there. I got there eventually. Watch it still not work because I'm doing something wrong though. I haven't actually confirmed that this is what's wrong with it, but I feel like this is what's wrong with it. Okay, is everything, are we all attached now? Is this gonna work now? Ready? The glass is, hold on. We need to create space for the wheels to turn. Oh, yes. Look at it go. Look at it go. All right, now we need to power it. Ah, no. Why did I make the mistake? All right, I got it. All right, I got the power hooked up now, so we should be able to actually drive this thing around, see if it works, see how good the steering works. So just to confirm, looking at the connection tool, as far as the steering mechanism goes, we have a single steering bearing in this entire system. Let's go ahead and start going forward. And I should add a suspension to this thing, but that would make things complicated. And look at our 4-wheel steering. I think I gave a little bit too much engine power, but we're pretty stable. We can steer no problem using just a single bearing. Here, let me turn down the engine power a little bit so we can have a little bit more stability. Not bad at all. I feel, actually, I don't know if we can, nah, I feel like we can't go steeper on the steering because then you'll have that collision issue when you go in that one direction when it brings the gray pieces together. It does make me slightly curious because technically the distance between this pivot and this pivot is different from the distance between this pivot and this pivot. Does it result in a different wheel angle between the front wheels and the back wheels? Or are they actually identical? All right, so that front wheel, I think it's different. I think the front wheels pivot more. So I'm building out a reference point for the front side of the wheels. So what I'm looking at is how close does the edge of the wheel get to the glass on either side of the turn. So when it turns this way, this edge should get X distance. And when it turns the other way, this edge should get X distance. Is that identical on both sides of the single wheel? And is it identical on the front to the back? So I'm just gonna look at the front right wheel right now. So when I turn this way, you can see that there's like maybe a half a block of distance. But when I turn this way, you can see that there's no distance. It's like almost touching. Actually, same thing. This doesn't turn equally in both directions. And I think that, yeah, this is the direction that doesn't turn as much. And I think that's just because of potential collision issue there, or is there something else at play with that? Let's change the angle down. Let's go 20 degrees. Does it feel the same now? I mean, now it does feel identical, at least from just on left and right on one wheel. All right, but now we got the front and the back. So if I look at the front wheel and the back wheel, that looks about the same. That actually does look about the same distance. If I go that way, it does look about the same distance. Okay. It's harder to tell on these distances though, because there's just more space for error. Versus when you're like right up against the glass, you can see whether it's actually touching or not. So I'm inclined to say that the front and back wheels are like close enough. I mean, even at 20 degrees, this works plenty well enough. But I do think if I was to put more distance, like if I made this 5 blocks diameter and had the attachment points out here, then there would be more space for it to rotate in either direction before this side and this side collided. So I would be able to get a little bit more of a symmetrical steering, a higher steering angle that is also symmetrical, because this one has a symmetry issue at the higher angles because of collisions. But for as compact as I was able to make it, this thing works perfectly fine, as long as all wheels stay in contact with the ground. So thank you for the suggestion, TJ. Remember to join the Discord if you have ideas like this that you'd like to see happen on the channel. There is a video ideas suggestion channel specifically for stuff like this. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more stuff you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.